Hello everybody and welcome to College Sports Talk. So today I'm going to be talking about the trade between the Seahawks and the New York Jets. So the Seahawks traded Kearse, Kearse, for Richardson's, my bad. They're both D tackles, so that's where the mistake came from, and obviously their first name is both Sheldon. So they traded Kearse for Sheldon Rankins, but they also traded a second-round draft pick. And some sources are saying a third-round draft pick, and some sources are saying they switched a seventh-round draft picks. I'm not 100% sure which one is either. But either way, I'm not the biggest fan of the trade, honestly. Like, either way, to be honest with you. I guess the Seahawks come out in front. The reason why I say I guess is because even though Sheldon Richardson is a good defensive tackle, he can play DN, but most of the time he plays defensive tackle. He does have some off-the-field issues. I believe that he got pulled over for reckless driving before, and he got in a big locker room argument with Marshall. Why am I forgetting? I can't remember his name, but you know Marshall with the plays for the New York Giants right now. I don't know why I'm forgetting his full name. Brandon Marshall. There you go. Don't know why I kept on forgetting his name. But he got in a big argument with Brandon Marshall, and that's been lasting for a few months. But apparently, it kind of stopped somewhat. But either way, it kind of shows his personality, so that's a big threat. And the fact that he's on a contract, a one-year contract for $8 million, that's a decent amount, especially for a defensive player, especially for a defensive tackle. And it's only a one-year deal, obviously, and then it becomes a restricted free agent. But based on the fact that Seattle traded their second-round draft pick and either their third-round draft pick too, depending on who you're getting your info from, they feel like they can resign him, and I want to put against them, because if I were him, I would resign him with the Seahawks. So what does this do for the Seahawks? Well, it brings up their pass rush abilities quite a lot. So they drafted a defensive tackle. Let's see if I can get his name. I don't know, I saw his name somewhere in the article. But point is, the rookie that they drafted is out for the whole year after he got into an ATV accident, or what they think will be for the whole year. He may be back. But it just brings up the pass rush quite a bit. They have Michael Bennett, I believe. No, it's Martavis Bennett. No, yeah, Michael Bennett. So they have Michael Bennett, Cliff Averill, and then now Sheldon Richardson. So that's 3 good pass rushers. Let's look at Sheldon Richardson's stats. So in 2016, he only had a sack and a half, which is pretty bad. But in 2015, he had 5 sacks. In 2014, he had 8 sacks. So that's really good for a interior pass rusher. And one of the better ones in the NFL. I don't think he's going to stick with the $8 million per year contract, because I don't see himself earning it, to be honest with you. Because he's not like a top tier defensive tackle, maybe like a step below, but still a very good one. And let's look at Kearse stats. 2016, he had 510 receptions with 1 touchdown, 685 receiving yards, and 5 touchdowns. In 2014, he had 537 receiving yards and 1 touchdown. In 2013, he had 346 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns. I'm not even going to count his rookie year because he had 31 receiving yards and 3 receptions. So, I don't know. He's a good number 3 wide receiver, maybe a number 4. I mean, the Jets needed something on offense, really. They have Elijah McGuire. I mean, I'm from UL, and he's from UL, so I kind of like the kid. I say kid. He's a year older than me. I don't know why I say kid. But I like the player. I like the person, too, according to all accounts, especially. Like, I know a couple people who play for UL football right now, and they really liked him. And then according to like all of his Instagram, Twitters, and whatnot, he's a really nice guy. But you can't judge a guy off of that. But the thing is, I think they traded Sheldon Richardson. Number 1, they're trying to get the number 1 draft pick. And number 2, they're trying to rebuild the locker room chemistry from start. They got basically rid of like all their veterans and whatnot. Matt Forte's the only veteran that I know of. I mean, they have Josh McCown, but that's about it. But who do you think I won this trade? Well, I guess Seattle. Mostly because of the fact that they got a Pro Bowler. And they're building, I guess, for right now. Well, it's Jets are building for the future. With that said, do I see the Seahawks as Super Bowl contenders? Maybe. Again, I don't know how good their offense is going to be, really. Especially since their offensive line. If they would have got, like, I don't know. They need an offensive line. Their secondary is actually starting to show some weakness. Earl Campbell. No, not Earl Campbell. Ken Chancellor showed some locker room instability where he was going to do a walkout for a while. Earl got injured. He said that he was going to get Earl Thomas. There you go. I don't know. I keep on messing up names. Earl Campbell was a halfback for, I believe, the Tennessee Titans way back then. Or it might have been the Oilers. I don't know. One of the two. I believe the Oilers. But Earl Thomas, he got injured. He broke a fibula, I believe, and he thought maybe about retiring. Richard Sherman, he didn't have the best year. So with that said, I still think they will have a very good defense. Definitely a top 5. But it's definitely showing some weakness and some instability. In the offense, I don't see too much weapons. I do see them winning the division, maybe going 10-6 or 11-5. I don't see them being an elite team anymore, honestly. But if they are, good for them. But there definitely would be a weak defense because their pass rush, their linebackers are good. Everything on defense is good. The only question really is their number 2 cornerback, but that can be kind of hidden by all the depth on defense and all the talent. But this definitely helps the Seahawks a good bit. But with that said, I don't know if that makes them a Super Bowl contender again. But thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to share this video. Thank you.